Welcome to our Gentle Nudges series. I'm Harry Cohen. I'm the author of Be the Sun, Not the Salt. And today we're going to be talking about Smile and Move On, chapter 22. And the example I use in the chapter is arguing about stupid stuff that doesn't matter. Barry Sanders was the greatest running back of all time. And a friend reminded me yesterday, Connie, about the purpose of sports talk radio.
Yes.
Which is, it's to develop controversy and argument and entertainment. And if you forget that, you'll get caught up in it and argue about stuff that doesn't matter. It's really interesting and helpful for me to remind myself, oh my God, I just got lost in a stupid argument.
Yeah. Whether it doesn't matter or it's not going to change somebody's mind. That's the other one is, we've all lived through that late. Why are we talking and arguing about things that we know are, at least for that person, very personal, very decisive? They're not moving. Why argue?
That's right. And Smile and Move On for me is so helpful because I can literally smile to myself. I don't need to say anything. And I know, oh my God, this is like arguing which is better, chocolate or vanilla. This is, this is a pointless road to go down. It's freeing for me. And oftentimes I only see it after I get caught up in the stupid. And when I say caught up in the stupid, I'll catch myself arguing about something that, wait a minute. A, it doesn't matter. B, I don't really know. I'm just voicing my opinion. I'm not an expert in the field. So it's very, very helpful to not engage.
Agreed. Well, and I think literally the smile and move on for me, this happened to me last night. Somebody asked me a question and I knew it was a pointed question. It wasn't really meant to be inquisitive in the moment.
It was a statement. It was a statement.
It was, I'm going to rally you up.
Yeah.
And I love this person to death. And so if she's listening, she'll know exactly what it was. But what I did, and that tact for me is this: take a breath, smile, and say, are you really curious about my point of view on this? Are you asking me because you want to know why I could possibly feel this way? Or are you just trying to tell me I'm wrong? And that in that moment, because I stopped and smiled, I was able to get through that sentence without sounding harsh, without sounding angry.
What did she say? How did she respond?
Boy, this is going to create some stuff. She basically said, I'm surprised that you have some of the political beliefs you do, and yet you talk about kindness. I gave everybody at my book club last night Brad Aronson's book, Humankind, which is, we're excited. Brad's podcast is dropping today. And for our listeners, if you haven't heard it, please tune in. But she said, you express kindness and you are so thoughtful and loving. And yet I feel like you possibly could have voted for somebody who's not kind. And I said, well, that's not what the point is. That's not that. And so we had a really healthy conversation because I didn't react and because I didn't roll my eyes and say, well, why are we starting this? Mm-hmm. But when we were done, I had to wrap it up with a bow and say, I really appreciate you starting a dialogue about this and actually being curious about my point of view.
Nice.
Then it ended sweet. It ended, and we were all good with each other. And that was important to me because I don't want to challenge relationships just because of different points of view on vanilla or chocolate or Barry Sanders being the best, whatever. You know how much I know about football. And so it just starting it nicely with a smile and ending it nicely enabled that whole conversation to be a different animal than it could have been.
I love it. And I remember that a dear friend shared with me that political discourse and the news, the talking heads, is sports talk radio, which is designed to create controversy. I think and I believe and I know and everybody talks about stuff for hours. Decide what you're doing and say, well, it's entertainment for me. I don't mind. I like listening. Fine, that's great. As long as you can smile and move on and have a good day.
That's right.
And don't pick a fight with somebody.
Right. And remember, it's your point of view. It's not, nobody's right and wrong. Everyone's got their own point of view. And I think that's actually is from a human being standpoint, that's what I find the most interesting is having conversations about people's points of view and how they got there. And that enables me to smile and move on.
And in other words, my point of view isn't the right point of view?
You are not right. It is your point of view. You're not wrong either. It's just your point of view.
No, I'm right.
That's right. Well, hopefully this session will make you think about one of the times that maybe you could have handled that differently, like I did. I've got plenty of situations I could tell you about where I didn't handle it and smile and move on as fast as I did this time. So think about that. Let us encourage those kinds of thoughts for each other. Please take the opportunity to think about when you can smile and move on, maybe even a little differently. We do this every day. We talk about it with each other. How do we make those situations healthy?
I'd like to add, if you
Yeah.
have a story of how you were able to smile and move on when previously you weren't able, that would be cool too. You know, those political discourses that you can have with your family, and you could say, you know, I'm way better now, period. I think it'd be really cool. But
Yeah, I used to, and now I is how
yeah,
we
I
frame it up
love
a
it.
lot. Please, share that with us. Comments, let us know, because this whole point of this series is for us to learn from you, you to share with us, and I think we can all help each other. So please like, share, comment, and pass this along. Thanks for listening.